It's appointed one day for every man to die, and then the judgment. For Jim Harbaugh, maybe the judgment comes before that fateful day. Welcome to the Voice of College Football, Michigan. Just took in Jim Harbaugh's appearance at Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis, and I thought it was stellar by Jim Harbaugh standards. Now, this is a guy that typically comes across as quirky, says some things that are quite curious, where you have to scratch your head and think, where did he come up with that, or what does it exactly mean, or that didn't make him or his program look very smart, even though he's an intelligent man. Let's make no mistake about that, who has succeeded at every stop and to a certain degree, even in Ann Arbor. But on this particular day, I thought he made a whole lot of sense. I thought he seemed authentic, honest, open, forthright, made no excuses, laid it all out there. Okay, not that he was just spilling his guts to everyone, but three things stood out, because you can go watch the Harbaugh comments. Of course, I took it all in, but I want to have this conversation with all of you as Michigan fans. Leave your comments below on your thoughts. Okay, number one, concerned Mike Macdonald, new defensive coordinator. I thought he was very specific in his analysis of what makes Mike Macdonald a tremendous hire. And, of course, his brother recommended him. Smart. Basically, he revamped the Baltimore defense, and so he was smart enough to review the Baltimore defense, what was going wrong, fit it against the personnel, and then come up with a new system, a new alignment, new approach that fit the personnel and worked. Attention to detail, teacher, communicator. Those are all pretty standard lines, but identifies traits in players to where he knows how to fit them best in the scheme and get through to them as well. I thought that was the hidden nugget there on Mike Macdonald. Also, I thought it was a good side note that John Harbaugh basically said, I'm going to let him go, and he's all yours because I love Michigan football and I love you. It's all shed a tear. Jim and John with a moment there. Okay. To further the coaching perspective of this, and with it being largely a new coaching staff at Michigan on both sides of the football, I thought Harbaugh was able to explain in good terms, in understandable terms, how much this particular coaching staff has gelled together quickly, that they trust each other, that there's a lot of lively debate, even kind of arguments about which way to go, but they battle it out. It's a competition. They battle it out. Then they all buy in at the end, and they figure it out. They trust each other. I thought that was a pretty healthy look at the way the Michigan coaching staff is coming together. Granted, this all sounds good before they kick off on September 4th. We know that. And then point number three, of course, the one that's going to gain the headlines is the Ohio State line. I did think it was interesting that before he delivered this line and was asked by a Columbus media person about winning a lot of games, but not winning the Big Ten championship, not defeating Ohio State. What is Michigan down 2015 through 19? 0-5 is Harbaugh against Ohio State. Number one, Jim Harbaugh called the Buckeyes Ohio, which I know Michigan fans love, and Brady Hoke could certainly appreciate. In addition to that he then called Michigan State the rival in certain terms. But he said, we're going to beat Ohio State or die trying. No guarantees there. The guarantees can be hollow. There are tons of athletes and coaches out there that have guaranteed in the past, a la Joe Namath, who, of course, delivered. So I don't necessarily need to hear him say, we're going to beat Ohio State. He doesn't need to make the Jim Tressel speech of 2001. That we're going to beat Ohio State, I guarantee it. But he did state that they're going to beat them or die trying. That's all he can say. That's all they can do is do their best. And then he gave a nice little analogy about a hike with he and his daughter wanting to reach the mountaintop and being appreciative of seeing that type of competitive spirit out of his daughter, and then looking at the athletes that he brought, Aiden Hutchinson in particular, to Big Ten Media Days. I think Josh Ross was there and Hassan Haskins as well, seeing that gene in them, the genes in Jim Harbaugh. If Jim Harbaugh never wins another game at Michigan, I don't think anybody should question his competitive spirit. We sit around and watch the games, and guys like Jim Harbaugh actually won Big Ten championships and a Rose Bowl at Michigan. Did he win a Rose Bowl? No, I guess they lost in 86. He beat Nebraska in the Fiesta Bowl in 85. That said, Big Ten championships, Ohio State games, all the things that he accomplished at the college level, and then moved on to the NFL and became a tremendous NFL quarterback. Not a great player, but a really good player who came within a Hail Mary of reaching the Super Bowl, and was recently voted as the best player among current college football coaches, and I think that's pretty obvious. All right, my thoughts on Harbaugh. Would love to hear from you right here at the Voice of College Football. Please smash the like button and subscribe right here. Share these videos out on social media, because if you enjoy the content, others will as well. And we will see you next time.